Hiya cats and kittens, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. We are in the shop with Alouette, Lerona, Adelise, Noletta, Trish's sister. Unable to be sated by Lerona's ham-fisted malarkey, we abandon her in favor of Alouette's seamless strokes. No! Where did I go wrong? Where did I stray from the light? It was no exaggeration to say that Alouette was the master at this haptic form of communication. The way she gradually adjusted pressure from delicate to firm, migrated at perfect intervals from spot to spot, and mixed it up between her nails, finger pads, and palm was simply superb. But even more important than her peerless form and technique was the calming aura and pure intent her moves projected. Whenever she touches you, it feels like your heart connects with hers for brief moments. Noletta too? Alouette will pet Noletta too. Noticing Noletta standing off by herself, Alouette tries reaching out to her. However, Noletta doesn't budge an inch. Without a word, she stares on silently at Alouette's outreached arm. Unsure how to interpret Noletta's response, Alouette tiptoes into range and bashfully runs her fingertips against Noletta's snow-white trushes. Meep mew! Noletta has such soft, poofy hair. Blah. That's no good, Noletta. You can't get head pats unless you make gibberish sounds, too. Né? Oh, you sound like a constipated cat. You have to put your heart into it, Noletta. However, Noletta steps back from Alouette in show of an unmistakable rejection. Though she seems confused and distressed, Alouette's attention is quickly diverted by the needy Lyrette twins. What's the matter, Noletta? Sidling up to her, I whisper to her in a hushed voice. Alouette smells. Is that what it is? I'm pretty sure she knows how to bathe on her own, unlike a certain someone at first. My banter doesn't seem to lighten the mood, though. She smells like mist. It's different, but also the same. Huh? Is that so? I don't know what you mean by that, but she's a good-hearted person and always has a smile on her face. Smiling all the time, it's the same. The smile has never smiled. Smiling all the time, it's the same. The same as never smiling. But Ada is right. Alouette's not fake. Fake? What meaning did that word hold to Noletta? Regardless, it didn't seem like she disliked or distrusted Alouette. I'm not sure I get it then. But Noletta merely shakes her head. I don't know. There are many questions I want to ask, but I decided to stop pressing Noletta for now. Sorry, we're not trying to force you to do anything you're uncomfortable with. I'll make it up to you later with those special Ade brand behind the ear rubs you like, okay? Meanwhile, judging by their salivating maws, it seems like the Lyrette twins' mind had already moved on to something else. That smells got me hankering to sink my teeth into something already. You're like a teething puppy, Kalia. The aroma of baked sweets certainly enticing enough to justify the obscene growls coming from Tristan's stomach. Though judging by his dreamy expression, he has already skipped ahead of us and ascended to confectionery heaven. Who's Morella? Looks like my valuable taste testers are finally here! With a thunderous entrance, the person we've been waiting for emerges from the deeper within the building. The owner and principal baker of this establishment, Mr. Morella. He was a hardy-built man whose laughter made buildings tremble in their foundation. It was something of a routine for us to taste test samples whenever he came up with a new recipe, hence why we're here today. I've been tinkering with the nitty-gritties of this batch for a while now. Come, you'll be the first to try it out. He smiles joyfully as he brings out a tray of cake and begins portioning it out with a knife that seemed comically small in his massive paws. While free treats wasn't anything to sneeze at, the most rewarding part for me was how Mr. Morella used our feedback to push the limits of his work. It's fun being part of the process or iteration or refinement behind creating a new dish. Strawberry and lychee cake is the name of the game this time around. That sounds good. Can someone make me strawberry and lychee cake? I love lychee.
Trish, you dirty rat! Don't go nibbling the corners off my piece while handing it to me.
Kalia berates Trish noisily as she smears crumbs all over her nose and cheeks. But Trish just shrugs hotly in response, as if only rightfully taxing someone for his services.
Nobody asked you for your help in the first place.
With a ferocious lung, Kalia knees her supposed benefactor in the gut, causing him to spew his mouthful of food all over Larona's nearby figure. Why me again? It's all over Lorona.
Look what you did, dimwit.
There are better ways to tell a girl you like them, Trish. Mr. Morella guffaws at the lively scene as Alouette and I pick up the pieces of the cake out of Larona's hair before remorsefully kowtowing Tristan. Collateral damage, that's what my Sachi-Rin would call it if she were here. Sachi-Rin was Mr. Morella's cutesy way of referring to his wife, which never ceased to amuse me considering how powerful and influential she is. A UL refugee well-versed in technology, Sachi Morella was one of the principal forces behind the development of Sokotrim's economic sector throughout its golden age and Reconstruction. Her union with Mr. Morella had been a celebrated moment in history, marking the first time a native Sokotrim and a UL refugee were joined in matrimony. I haven't seen Sachi around lately. I hope Papa's not foisting too much of his responsibilities onto her. Ha ha ha! All I see of Sachi-Rin nowadays is her sulking face when she comes here for a tea break to catch about work. I'll have to scold Papa for her when I get the chance. I'm sure she'll appreciate it, Shaore. Per Sokotrim custom, Shao was a polite term used in conjunction with a shortened form of the name to address children. Though it's considered endearing, family members and friends rarely use it since it's somewhat formal. Seems like we have quite a bit of leftover. I've decided. Lorona, take the rest home and make sure those little ones snarf it down something good. Huh? Are you sure I can really take all this? They don't get to eat sweets too often, do they? It's a cardinal sin for kids to not have any sweets. Giving Lorona no leeway to decline, Mr. Morella packs up the remaining cake and thrusts it into her hand. You're always looking after those orphans as if they were your own children. It's like you're their mom. Mommy Lorona, wah. No, it's nothing like that. If anything, I'm more like their fussy big sister. Make sure they eat up and get nice and plump. Thank you, Mr. Morella. Huh? Well, I guess a bite or two on the way back wouldn't hurt anyone. Nom nom. Struck by an ominous premonition as Lorona idly chips away at the cake entrusted to her. Optimistic estimates project only a handful of crumbs survive the journey home, perhaps a dab of frosting if we're feeling generous. So what's the verdict of this trial, children? Mr. Morella's eyes glitter in anticipation of what we have to say. Having carefully considered the dessert for a while now, I open my mouth to give my evaluation. Contrasting floral honey flavor of lychee with the tartness of strawberry is a pretty neat idea. I'm not sure about the execution, though. The consistency of the cake is sort of heavy. I don't think that's the direction you want to take with this type of dish, though. Instead of a pound cake like crumb, I think a looser, fluffier texture will help showcase the lychee strengths better. I'm really fond of how you use the strawberries, though. They're like little acerbic checkpoints that reset your taste buds to keep the sweet parts fresh and free from staleness. Overall, I'd say it's tasty and has a lot of potential. It is good. It is good. It's sweet. Mr. Morella nods in deep thought as he is comprehensive input we provide him. Who knows, if pushed to the limits, perhaps this one could even become a regular selection of the bakery. Oh, a regular selection of the bakery? To hear such words of praise from Shawade. In his excitement, Mr. Morella slams his hands down on the nearest counter with such force the resulting mini earthquake causes our feet to leave the ground. As always, your feedback helps immensely. You can do it, yeah. Practically bringing down the ceiling as he skips away, Mr. Morella returns to the kitchen with a renewed zeal. It's a nice feeling, helping someone pursue their passion. Aren't I so smart? She always knows what to say at the times like these. Oh, are they so... Oh, I didn't know so many big words.
That's because she inhales books like some sort of brain slug.
What cheek. That reminds me. Pretending to have business elsewhere, I slip behind Kalia and jump her.
Ow!
Haven't fulfilled my daily quota for brains yet.
God, don't gnaw my head like that. Stop! That feels so weird.
Not one to be left out, Trish joins in and begins grinding his teeth against her scalp in a bout of brain sucking of his own. Gah!
They're eating me!
Please stop. Whatever you're doing is sending shivers down my spine. Trying to eat people is bad, Ade, Trish. Anyways, we should be going now. It'd probably be the best to wrap things up for Larona's sake. We'll resume our inquiry in your huggability at a later date, Alouette. Kuabe. Dapadu. Alouette gives us some final parting scritches before returning to the counter.
See you later, Alouette. Play with us again sometime.
I'll return the tableware next time I drop by. Have a nice day, Alouette. Bye-bye. Waving goodbye to her, we depart from the Morella Bakery. And this is where we'll leave off. Thank you and have a good night.